Good day. This is Red F and Howard Ra, Siren Buddha Medicine. And let's see what I want to talk about. How we fit together. How we're the caretakers. Why are we the caretakers? When we look at the canopy of life and we see how things compete with each other for space. I saw them chop down the trees recently and watch the birds fight one another for space. They didn't have the ability to orchestrate a community to ask them to watch out for the trees so that we could all live in a symbiotic relationship, right? Birds can't ask you that. But we can see the results of the negligence of that need not being met to the animals by watching them flail around. As a mother, because Earth is our mother, can you imagine what it's like just to observe? Yes, you can. If you're a mom, a sibling, a good friend, you might have had times when, you've had to sit in long moments of observing your loved one. Mother Earth is all around us, in the air we breathe, the sun that shines on our skin, the water that helps moisten this carbon-based molecule so that it can actually float through the world of air. God knows all, sees all, then God would be everywhere, right? If you wanted to use the word God, the Creator would be everywhere. And the Creator's mother. Excuse me. So, in observing this, right, as a mom, I don't compete. Now, I realize that we have a defect in our programming as mothers, as siblings, as friends. There's been a competition, defect, put there in a way that's counterproductive to all of us. We block each other instead of helping build communities and getting the good stuff, instead of making bridges for one another so that we can ensure the next generation gets what it needs. We're blocking each other to ensure that we get what we need and that you don't. Now, birds got to fight each other for that space because nobody else is. Have humans gotten to that point where we're just behaving like animals because no one else is fighting for that space for us? We're not doing it for each other. I see how mothers compete with their teenage daughters for attention. In general, not even just for attention for men. And it's shameful. Where are these women going to learn how to love themselves? If their own mother is like, I'm cuter than you, better than you, smarter and faster than you. How are they building the character and the self-esteem that they need to endure this life? This life. Or sometimes you might have to fight for a tree limb. So, I was hearing a lot of talk about competition. I observe a lot of competition. I will stop what I'm doing if it feels like, if I'm running, if I'm typing, if I'm doing anything, and I feel like the person next to me is competing, I will stop dead in my tracks. Yeah, you're not running a race with me, dearie. Buster. No, you're not. I do what I do because it's my connection with my Creator. It is not a competition with the next person. It is truth. It is a way for me to connect with my Creator. It has nothing to do with the person that's next to me. Although I hope that I do it well and they can benefit from it as a community. When I see my children struggling with something, like, I'll observe. And I think the Creator is kind of like this, you know? I'll observe. And I know that they want their independence and that they want to feel like they did something. I might know how to fix that. And I'll just watch them. I'm not competing with them. I'm not trying to show them I'm smarter, better, faster. I'm not interfering. I'm letting them try to figure it out, go into their own spaces, and then I'll just go help and see what they need. I'm not going to make a show of it. As children, sometimes they'll avoid with the very thing that's good for them, just so that they can feel independent and like they have something that they've achieved. We do that as children, children of Earth. Avoid the solutions so that we can feel like we achieved something. Instead of working together, we do a lot of silly behavior, very immature and animal-like, but we're not animals. We're brothers and sisters, and we're supposed to be helping each other. This was all thought out so much more yesterday. But as I was walking, I just figured I'd tell you how I felt about working together. We get what we get from working together. So what do you want? Anyway, I would like healthy communities, families, hearts, and minds. What do you want? It's not healthy to try to bite the hand that feeds you. Our children and the people next to us are finding out solutions and bringing joy and bringing different things into society, you know? We're cutting off our nose to spite our face, biting the hand that feeds us, burning bridges. You know? And on the other end of that bridge, they have everything we need. That we want to hate on them because they have what we wanted. So, this is not a competition. This is living. This is contributing. This is the canopy of life. To see how do we play well with one another. I think we did a pretty good job up there. As above, so below. If we only knew. There's no competition. What's meant for me is meant for me. That's what I wanted to say. And what's meant for you is meant for you. Some birds eat one type of food, and other birds eat another type of food, and they all like different habitats, and we learn from it, right? An eagle cannot be a sparrow. Nature has a way of balancing things all on its own, and we need to start to take those kinds of lessons from nature. Anyway, this is Reg F and Howard Raw. I've reached my destination quite a while ago. I'm like tippy-toeing now. So, you have a great day. Remember, enjoy the people next to you. Don't try to eat them. Much love to you.